Welcome back, everyone. This is Mr. Lindsay here. Wanted to do another animal drawing with everyone. We did an animal with simple shapes in another video, and we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to draw an animal with a square and then try it again with a circle. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our animal with a nice square on our paper. Okay, let me move that down so you can see it better. And across. So there's my square. Now that I have my square, I can go ahead and add some details on the outside of the square. We're going to start with a triangle here and a triangle here. And then inside, two smaller triangles. Okay, once we have that, I usually go down and start adding curves on the corners and on the bottom edge. We'll do two straight lines and two straight lines, and then the ovals and an oval. Okay, now we're going to start right about here and draw a really long tail. So there's our tail, and now on to the inside of the animal. So we can go ahead and add some of these details on the inside now. So I usually, on this one here, obviously this is more of a cat. We're going to draw a smaller nose. I usually do a smaller triangle for a cat to start. We'll do little curves for the mouth. Okay, and then with the eyes on this, I like to make the eyes big on my cats with the smaller nose and mouth. So I'm going to make two larger circles for the eyes, and inside of those we'll draw two smaller circles just like that, and we have our cat for the most part. Now some details that we need to go ahead and add to this. We still need some whiskers. Okay, we'll do some whiskers over here. Don't forget on the paws to add a couple of lines like that. And I usually add some, instead of the spots like we did on one of the dog drawings earlier, I'm going to go ahead and add some lines like that. They start off kind of long and get shorter and shorter and shorter. Over here, longer line, shorter, 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 and a little spot there. We can put those wherever we want. I could add another one over here. Could even put some of those designs on the tail. There we go. Now some things we can do before we actually color. I can use my marker and fill in the nose a little bit. Leave a little white spot if you want to. Usually the highlights look nice. Same on the eye. I could leave a little white area when I fill that in. Okay, these are the highlights. I like to do this on this sort of an eye. Add these little straight lines going around the circle on both eyes. And there you go. You have a cat pretty much ready to color. So I could go ahead and start coloring this cat if I like. You could use any color you want. I kind of like some sort of a light gray, medium gray. Let's use this gray right here. So I'm going to use this gray to color my cat. I might just start off with a nice shade of gray. I'm not pressing too hard, enough that I can see the color, make it as smooth as I can. Okay, the inside of the ear, maybe I'll do a really light gray in here. Or you could make it darker if you want. So I'll start off on the edges, fill that in nice and smooth. Try not to leave too many white spaces, and then a little bit of a lighter gray inside. I'm going to color the most of it just a nice smooth medium shade of gray, not too dark to start. And fill it in as neatly as you can. The tail, we'll go ahead and get the tail colored in gray. And when I'm done coloring in all of this kind of a medium shade of gray, I might do some shading afterwards with this colored pencil. Now the most of this cat I could keep going. You know what I might do? Let's go ahead and color a little bit on the legs. A little bit on the legs. And instead of coloring this all in, I could color it in, or I could just shade the edges of it. Okay, so I can go all the way around the edges of my cat with my gray. Go all over the top edge with my gray. Okay, and then this side. And then I can shade along the bottom. And then leave the center a little bit lighter. I kind of like that look. I haven't tried that before on this one, but I kind of like that. I could also add some shadows right along the tail where the body overlaps here. I can darken my gray right there. I can darken the gray right along the edge of this foot, along the edge of this paw. I can darken the gray maybe on the edge here, the outside edge of the leg. And I can darken it right here on the edge. Not sure if you've done a lot of shading, but sometimes little shadows like that make things look even better. So now I might do a little color in the eye. Instead of sticking with gray for everything, I'll switch to like a blue for this. Brighten it up a little bit. Okay, so I can do something like that around the eye. I can do any color I want, really. I just had this color handy. So there we go. There's our cat. Now we could draw the same cat just like this with a circle. We tried this before, and let's go ahead and do it again. Let's draw the cat with a circle this time. We'll move this up. We'll do the same picture. So start with a large circle, just like so. Triangles on top. Smaller triangle. The oval for the foot. Two straight lines, oval, oval, and then our tail. Okay, small triangle for the nose, smile with two curves, two bigger circles for the eyes, two smaller for the pupil in the middle. And then we need to add our whiskers, lines on the paws, and we have the same cat. I can color that in a little bit, color this eye in a little bit, the nose. Don't forget to add the lines inside the eye here. And then I could also do those spots like before. Kind of like there's some stripes on my cat. Put one on the tail. So we have the same cat. Square, circle, same idea. So anyway, we can do that with all sorts of different animals, starting with those simple shapes. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time.